guys, welcome back to Unapologetically Myself. I'm your host, Amanda Carluccio. Thanks for coming back. We have a special guest today, and I'm sure you guys have seen him in some of my videos. He's a finance guy. He's a guru in finance. He loves hockey. He's a German Shepherd lover, and he's a Bravo guy. So we're going to get into Bravo. We're going to tell you all the scoop. He's going to tell me what he's watching, and he is also my boyfriend. Welcome, Steve Vitoratos.
Thank you for having me, Amanda.
Did you ever think you were going to be on a podcast?
Never. I never thought that I would actually get involved in regards to dating an influencer or anything like that. So this is definitely not up my alley. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. So Steve's a little nervous, so bear with him. I am too. We're in a new studio, so we're trying it out. But so let's see. Do you want to get right into Bravo?
That's where you want to take me?
Yeah,
right
you want to
let's
get
go.
right
let's
in?
Get right into Bravo, yeah.
All right, let's do it. So you've been watching, what's your favorite show on Bravo?
If I can go back the OG days, as far as Bravo is concerned, Vanderpump, 100%. Vanderpump Rules from season 1 all the way up to recent, yeah. So
and you've watched it since the beginning?
I watched it since the beginning, Bravo days since the beginning.
Wow. So, okay, I'm curious because normally, normally when you meet a guy, and when I first met you, I'm like, you watch Bravo? Like, what? Be honest, was it an ex that got you involved in Bravo?
So yes, I was in a relationship when we first started watching, those shows, Bravo, but I am a sucker for, mindless TV. And
so you've always been an addict for reality shows,
and Bravo. Yeah.
Vanderpump, right?
Vanderpump, yeah.
Vanderpump's your favorite. What's your second favorite?
Now, Summer House.
Okay, so Summer House is my favorite, and you got me into it.
I got you into Summer House.
So let's talk a little bit about Summer House because that's my favorite. That's the only thing I watch on Bravo. You got me into it, and now I'm an addict. Love Andy Cohen. Love everything about it. So let's talk about the new people on there. First of all, what do you think of the new season?
So far, cringy. And
you really cringy? Why?
Well, not cringy, but more, I would say, uncomfortable. Watching Carl and Lindsay in the same house.
Yeah. How would you feel if you had your ex in the same house as you for a summer, for a weekend? Yeah. And you found out she was pregnant?
I would not join that house.
Okay, but they're getting money for this. So say you're getting $200,000 an episode. Would you still do it?
100%. Yeah. Especially if it's just for the weekend. If I'm just coming out for the weekend,
of course, you got to suck it up.
Yeah, I would do it 100%. It makes for great TV, but again, I can't imagine what they're feeling as far as the comfortability level between those two. Yeah. They have a long relationship together. Again, they were, as mentioned, I watched season 1 all the way up until now. They've both been on the show this whole time. So I don't see either of them giving up their spot on the show. Right.
And they were friends first, right?
They were friends first, yeah.
So it's it is awkward.
You didn't see, because you didn't watch any of the earliest seasons, but
no, I didn't.
Carl did hook up with Paige. They were hooking up.
What?
They were.
How come I didn't know that?
Maybe for like a couple of episodes, I think it was. They would like sneak off into the pantry and they would
I didn't know that at all. Yeah. Interesting.
You got to go back and watch your earliest
seasons. I need to. So what do you think the new people? So like we have Lexi, Emerald, and Bailey.
So Lexi, great energy. I think she brings, some youthful energy to the show. Who's the other guy? The sex guy, right?
Emerald.
He went to sex parties.
Yes. Wait, okay. So let's recap that. So he came in. Was this the last episode? He came in and was like, I was at a sex party.
He said, I missed last week. I'm sorry. I think he mentioned somewhere to the extent that he was in a sexcapade.
A sexcapade.
Party, something like
so like he went lines. To this party and everyone's just having sex.
Basically. I think that's what the premise.
Have you ever been to one?
No, I've never
Would you
been
like
to
to
one.
go?
No, I never been to one. No.
See, that's weird. That's awkward.
Yeah, so he's just came onto the show, so I don't know at this point yet, but that's some way to get onto the show. And
all right, so he's going to bring some fun energy. I think he's a good time. I like Lexi. Bailey, I don't really know.
Yeah, Bailey, we don't know so far. But
yeah, she's been kind of quiet. And I did hear that she left mid-show. Is that the one, Bailey?
From what I'm seeing on Instagram.
And I don't know why, but
that she's not in any of the promo or anything like that. I don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened.
Yeah, so
I guess we'll find out. So let's see what else. Okay, so do you think the group still has the same fun, chaotic energy as in earlier seasons, or do you think it's kind of died down now that they're getting older?
All right, so here's the thing. No, I think there was a couple of seasons in there where the energy was kind of dying down a little bit, and then they tried to bring in new castmates. What typically happens, a lot of the guys don't come back. They get new guys. They last maybe a season and they don't come back. This one with West and Jesse, they stayed. They stayed, and I think they bring great energy, and they bring a lot of I would say earlier.
Kind of make it more young. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like they
bring us a lot of the earlier seasons into the house as far as partying, having a good time. What Kyle would always say, summer's supposed to be fun. Summer's supposed to be fun. That was his,
but Kyle's the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 40, right?
He's 40. I believe around that age.
Yeah, around that.
But I can't imagine at this age, I'm turning 40 in a couple of weeks, and I go out for one drink or we go to dinner and we have a couple of margaritas and I'm done for the whole weekend after just one dinner. I can't
that's why I can't imagine that they're still doing this at like how old, like 35 to 40. They're still going every weekend to is it the Hamptons?
The Hamptons, yeah.
And drinking the way they do. I would die. Yeah. And then they have to go back and then go to work Monday through Friday.
You have one drink and you're done.
Don't get me wrong. I would do it for a paycheck, 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they do it. I have one drink and I'm gone. I'm 4'9". I'm a lightweight. So let's see what else. Okay, if Bravo gave one cast member from Summer House their own show, who would it be and why? And who do you think deserves it?
I would give Kyle and
that's what I was gonna say.
Kyle and Amanda her show, their own show.
Yeah,
watch
they're fun.
The background in regards to Loverboy, how they're. I know, they live together and they work together.
Right.
So I would, I think that would be a good show to watch. Also, maybe Carlin following his journey in regards to, I think he's launching a soft bar.
Yeah, he's launching a soft bar, which is non-alcoholic because he is a recovering alcoholic. And I think that's pretty cool. Like I would go. And I remember Lindsay shut it down last season. And that was like a big thing.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty cool. I saw the marketing on Instagram for Soft. It's called
Soft Bar.
Soft Bar.
Soft Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And it's going to be in Brooklyn, right?
Yep. Williamsburg is, I think he mentioned Williamsburg. I'm not sure.
Oh,
somewhere in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but do you know when it's going to be launching?
I'm not plugging Carl's Soft Bar.
Well, listen, I want to go. Okay, I would go, especially now.
But I those two, I think.
Okay, so let's get into my favorite couple, used to be ex-couple, Paige and Craig. Now, we all know they broke up, unfortunately, but looking back at their relationship from past seasons, because you've seen all the seasons, did you see any red flags that they were going to break up?
I mean, I always enjoyed seeing them together. Early on in a relationship, you spend time with somebody, right? Like you're just having a good time. You're getting to know each other. And as time goes on, then you start having conversations about, okay, well, what do you see from this? Do you want kids? Do you not want kids? Do you want to live? Where do you want to live? These are like some of the big conversations that you need to have as far as, especially at this age, whether you want to continue this relationship or not, right? So as time went on and they started having these conversations, I wouldn't say that I'm surprised by them breaking up because I don't think she wants to give up her life in New York. From what you could see behind the camera. And he's a Southern boy, right? So.
Yeah, that was hard too. They did long distance. He was in North Carolina and she's here in New York and she has her whole life here with the podcast. I haven't seen like the previous episodes, but you said like they would talk about it and they were never on the same page. So that was like kind of a red flag. On the same page, also, I feel like Paige changed her mind. Yes. I feel like she changed her mind. Like she did want kids. Now she not really sure.
Yeah, but to be fair, the older you get, people change.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And maybe you want something differently in your 20s than when you do when you're 30s.
Yeah.
Right? And her podcast with Hannah really blew up, and the Giggly
Yeah,
Squad.
no, they're killing it. They like sold out Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, so I don't blame either of them. I think they just want two different things, and they just need to find two different people to do it.
Yeah.
Right? It's
and we wish them the best. I love them. I love them both. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's play a little game called Cringe or Nah.
Cringe or Nah?
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what that is?
I think this game is cringe.
No, it's going to be good. Okay, so I'm going to give you a scenario similar to the ones currently happening on Summer House. Okay. And you have to tell me if they are cringy or not and why.
Okay.
So Lindsay announcing her pregnancy to the entire cast by showing a sonogram picture of the baby.
I love Lindsay, right?
All right, here we go. Be honest.
It makes for great TV. And
it's cringy.
I think it's hilarious. Like Carl walks in and then like he sees the picture at the top.
Oh, so cringy or no?
No, not cringy at all. No, I mean, look, she's celebrating her. I think that's something you would do.
Yeah, it would
come on,
be.
let's be honest.
But I can say to myself, I'm being cringy, but it is something I would do. And I love Lindsay, but I mean, like, she didn't have to bring the sonogram, no? I mean, it was
she didn't
funny.
have to print it on a one of those big.
Yeah, she printed it on a
canvas.
No, I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
that is something I do, but I would still call myself cringy.
Again, these are her close friends, and this is the way she wanted to.
It's cute.
Announce her.
Right. No, and everyone was really happy for her.
Yeah,
so.
no, I don't think it's cringy at all. Makes for great TV.
Yeah,
and it's hilarious and. Again, if you go back to the earlier seasons, you'll be able to follow her relationships with a couple of different guys and where she's at now, and it's good to see that she does look happy. So
FaceTiming a girl you just met while you're out with the boys, like Jesse did. Is it a major red flag or just a guy being nice?
All right, so here's the thing.
Wait, cringe or nah? You have to answer.
Well,
all right. Here's the thing. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. Okay. If the girl likes him too, then I don't think it's cringy, right? You have to really get you have to really feel out the situation here. Like if she's actually interested or not. If she's not interested, 100% cringy, right?
I totally agree with that because if I'm not into a guy and he does something, I'm like, ooh, like don't ever do that. Yeah. But if I'm into him and he's good looking and I'm like, oh, he can do whatever he wants. So like, I totally get that.
Yep.
So
we're in the middle here.
In the middle.
She likes him, so no, not cringy.
She does like him a lot.
From what we're two episodes in?
We're 2 episodes in.
Yeah, so from what it seems, she does like him, so no, not cringy at all.
Right.
No.
Okay. Kyle's still partying like he's 25 while Amanda stays home. Fun husband or midlife crisis?
All right, before I get into the answer again, I find it hilarious that he comes home at 2 a.m. and he's like, I'm an improved guy.
Yeah.
2 a.m. I'm home 15 minutes before the other castmates. I'm an improved guy. Like, well, look at this, Amanda.
That episode cracked me up because
he goes, I'm home, Amanda. And like 15 minutes later, the rest of the cast comes in.
That cracks me up because I feel as though he called an Uber to get home purposely.
Yeah.
At like 5 minutes before everyone else, just to tell Amanda that he got home earlier.
I'm an improved guy. Yeah. No, I don't think it's cringy. Again, we know why they're there in the summer. They're there to party and have a good time. Right?
I don't think he's like that 24/7.
No. If he's doing it on a Monday night or on a Tuesday night in the city and Amanda's at home, that's 100% cringy.
Right.
But they're on a Saturday night and this is what they're doing. They're with their other friends. I don't think it's cringy.
And he has said like he's working on himself, not going out as much.
Yeah.
Confronting your ex-situationship about all the reasons why he messed up in front of everyone at the dinner table. Like Sierra did when she was confronting West.
Not cringy.
No?
I'll give you a reason why.
Okay.
Because he went out to the New York Times and he spoke about the relationship.
Okay, yes. I see that.
Sierra. So why is it cringy for Sierra to bring it up in front of just their friends?
No, you're right.
When he's going on national news, New York Times, and talking about their relationship.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? So I don't think it's cringy.
I was her,
I think he deserves a lot worse than what he did.
If I was her, I would do the same thing. I'd call him out in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Because that's just who I am.
Because that article probably made her uncomfortable.
Oh, of course.
So now she's reversing the tables and making him feel uncomfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for him to not even sit there and look at her in the eyes and like hear what she has to say and also apologize or just hear her out. He's just sitting there eating with his hands.
Oh my God, that made me so
very
mad.
uncomfortable.
That made me so mad. He didn't say one word.
He's not my favorite this season so far. I would say last season, like I enjoyed him. Bravo, there's a lot of sophomore slumps, we call them, right? So like you
sophomore slumps?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first season, everybody loves you, but the second season,
oh yeah, I get that.
You're looked down upon in regards to how you handled the first season and the second.
I never heard that.
Yeah, well,
learn something new every day. I've never heard you say that either. I've been dating for 2 years. Yeah. Anyway, no, I totally agree with that because she was just calling him out and like just giving him point after point, and he wasn't saying one word. I would have been so mad. Like, say something.
How about Kyle being very messy? Kyle being very messy.
He's always messy.
Do you like his hair style?
Yeah. Do you like his hair? And then she's like, no.
And Kyle's like,
which I didn't like it either.
What did he say? He said, do you want to have this conversation in private? And Kyle's like, no, selfishly, I would want to hear it now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. I think he was just uncomfortable because it was in front of everyone, but say something.
Yeah. But who was he to feel uncomfortable when he's in front of everybody when he went to the New York Times and talked about the relationship with Sierra?
Yeah.
You know, that's not cool.
No, it's not. All right, so let's talk about Vanderpump now.
All right, so you didn't watch, how many seasons did you watch of Vanderpump?
I've only watched the last 2.
The one with Sandoval cheating on Ariana. As an outsider, just not knowing any of the situation in regards to the previous seasons. Tell me a little bit about, and I loved it when everyone started watching Vanderpump because I was like, I watched Vanderpump since season 1, and now everyone can start.
Oh yeah, everyone's obsessed.
Watching, and now everyone was obsessed. And but tell me a little bit about your thoughts about how he handled that whole situation in regards to Ariana and.
I vaguely remember what happened because I had just started watching it when they had broken up, so I didn't see like the episode where she found out he was cheating. But I mean, that's awful. It's her best friend, right? And him.
Yeah.
Like,
have you ever been in that situation before where you had your boyfriend date maybe a close friend or maybe cheat on you with a close friend or anything like that?
No, thank God. But I did have, here we're going. This is going to get juicy. And I can't believe we're going to talk about this on the air. Yeah. But one of my exes, I won't name names, but they had cheated on me with a nurse.
Okay.
While we were in the hospital.
Okay.
And I know you know the story.
Yeah, I do.
We were in the hospital and he had to get his spleen out.
Mm-hmm.
I won't tell you why. I won't get into the whole thing. But it was an emergency surgery and he was in the hospital for 3 weeks. And when I tell you, I fed this guy every day because he hated the hospital food, gave him everything. His parents had the flu at the time. So they couldn't even see him because they were like, we don't want any germs in here. So I did everything for this man for 3 weeks, right? Our night nurse comes in. Our night nurse. Mind you, this guy looks like he's dying,
I don't mean to laugh.
No,
but it's a situation.
No, I know.
Okay.
And then he gets better.
Yeah.
And then cheats on me with that nurse.
Did he cheat on you while he was in the hospital or when he got out of the hospital?
When he got out of the hospital. But he got her number in the hospital.
You never know.
What do you mean you never know?
Something might have happened when he was in the hospital with the night nurse. Things like
if that happened, I would have went right into the hospital and caused a scene. I'm actually mad I didn't do that.
You don't know that for sure.
Oh my God. Yeah. It still gets me mad. I'm over it, but I'm not over the situation.
I mean, it's a funny story looking back at it now.
It's funny now, and I can't believe I just told that.
Well, you're being yourself. That's
I know, but it's and it was
that would have made for great TV, to be honest with you.
It would be. I mean, when I tell that story, no one believes me.
Yeah, and
it's the fact too that I slept on a cot for this man for 3 weeks in the hospital.
Yeah.
And that girl, and that's like a girl thing. Like, you're clearly not a girl's girl. No. You came in every night and saw me with him. And then you got his number, and then still knowing the fact that I was there with him during his like darkest moments.
Yeah.
And then you went and cheated. Like, and she had a boyfriend too. You cheated on.
Something tells me that this is not his first time cheating.
Oh, no,
and also
it's not.
Something tells me that it's not the first time for the nurse.
Yeah, I know. So do you believe once a cheater, always a cheater?
Actually, no, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't?
You could do things when you were younger.
I don't know. I kind of believe it. Everyone I know.
You could do things when you're 16, 17 years old that you're not going to do at 38, 39 years old. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
I think
no,
people
I
can change,
I get what
right?
you're saying, yeah.
But I think now, if you're a mature adult and
yeah,
you know,
I get what you're saying.
I
like
think,
when you're just, that's what a cheater would say.
What?
You're like, oh, they can change.
No,
I know. I get what you're saying. Like when you're in high school, like people people don't really care that much about relationships.
Thankfully,
although I did, I was like obsessed with my first love.
Thankfully, nobody has ever cheated on me
that you know,
that I know of.
Yeah.
Right. And if you did cheat on me, any of my exes, you can always message me now. There's not going to be any hard
and
feelings.
it's going to go on the air now. So
there's not going to be any hard feelings, but it would be nice to know, I guess. Yeah. No, but as far as that story goes, I remember when you told me that the first time.
No one believes me when I tell that story.
I told a couple of my close friends that story.
Oh, really?
And they couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, wait, he dated a nurse? Like he cheated on you with a nurse?
No,
I said it was it was his nurse. It was his nurse.
It was our night nurse.
While she was in the hospital.
Yeah, his night nurse.
He was in the hospital, yeah.
I left for one night. He got our number. Boom.
Yeah. That's
unreal.
Well, yeah. Good thing that happened because we would have never.
That's true. But that messed me up for a while.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So
still burns me up. All right, so let's
back to Vanderpump for.
You were gonna ask me a question about Vanderpump.
Well, I did ask you about.
Oh, what I thought. Okay, so
the situation about cheating on.
Yeah, I mean it's awful. Like getting cheated on is like the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah,
it's like it's awful.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
As a girl, and you were watching Lala, and I know that we're going back because this is old, probably like a year old now, so people their minds are probably moved on to something else now, but. If you were to see Ariana getting all these opportunities, but you're also seeing Lala try to, saying, why should she get all these opportunities because she was cheated on? How would you, if you had a friend that was dealing with
I don't like that. I never, like my parents have always told me like, if someone's doing better than you, learn from them. Like never give out negative energy from them. Like if my friend is getting all these opportunities and she's, like she got the opportunity to be on Broadway. Like be happy for them.
Yeah,
First of all, she deserves that. I heard she was amazing. I wish I saw her in that. Yeah. But obviously she deserves it. And she's doing all these things and she does them well. Yeah. Like now she's on a TV show and she's like she's pretty good at acting too. Yeah. Like she's killing it. And like just be happy for them. Be a girl's girl, be there. Like, cause your time will come.
I agree. And if you go back to the earlier seasons, you would think if this happened, on the scale, I think that Lala's ex cheated on her, but it wasn't with a best friend who was on the show.
Yeah, that's rough.
Similar. But I think if the situation was reversed and it did happen to Lala, I think she would be doing exactly the same thing that Ariana was doing, capitalizing on the opportunity to do that.
Of course.
Yeah.
But so. I would never as a friend be like, oh, she's getting all these. I would be praising her. I'd be happy for her.
100%.
Yeah. Especially with what she went through. Like, yeah, good for her. She deserves it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm sad to see Schwartz and Sandy's, or, forget Sandy. Sandoval has everything that's coming for him. But he has been given opportunities as far as I think he's on the show Traders. But to see Schwartz dragged into this whole thing and then now his bar is shut down, I don't like to see that. I mean, I think he's, from what I could see from the outside, he looks like a good guy. But
why did his bar get shut down?
I don't know if it had anything to do with the scandal between Sandoval, because they own the bar together.
That's sad.
So I don't know if anything had to do with that at all, right? So I don't know. But they are revamping their whole cast. So
I know. There's going to be a whole new cast. What do you think of that? Are you sad or excited?
I'm sad because it means that I'm getting older.
Oh, which, by the way, Steve's birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
The big 40.
40. And
you want to talk about it?
not particularly,
Okay.
but I am excited about the party that we're going to be having.
I know. We're going to have a Gatsby-themed party.
Yes, that should be fun. But
how do you feel about turning 40?
I think I felt like it was just yesterday where it was 11:59 at night when I was 29 years old. 30 seconds to midnight.
Oh, this is getting deep.
30 seconds to midnight, and I was sitting there having a panic attack that I was like going to turn 30.
Oh, really? That really affected you when you turned 30?
It affected me because I think when you go from your 20s to your 30, now it's like, okay, shit is getting real now. You know, like you're really growing up now. And
I didn't feel like that.
Yeah, I felt like that. Yeah. Maybe because I'm a Pisces and I'm very
You
like,
are.
I am
Okay,
very
Pisces are very sensitive.
and like,
see, I get excited.
I'm in tune with my, I guess you would say, feelings and emotions. But
see, I could see myself doing that at 40. Yeah. That's why I asked how you feel.
But now that we're 10 years away and removed from that point, it went by so quick the last 10 years. I'm excited to see what 40 holds. And, but the biggest lesson that I could take away, like turning 40, is that just appreciate like every day, every moment.
It goes fast.
It goes fast. And yeah, so if that answers your question, I am excited about turning 40. You know, we moved into a great new apartment.
I know.
Together,
it's exciting.
And,
we have a dog now.
We have a dog, German Shepherd, Luna.
There's hair everywhere.
Luna's hair or your hair?
Well, both, but there's just hair everywhere. Like I never wanted a dog that sheds, but I do love her. And I can't take it. It's everywhere.
Yeah, she's the best.
No, she is the best. She's really sweet. Yeah. And she's living with a girl again. I was by myself for maybe like a year and a half, living by myself. And then now we move in together, and now I have Luna's hair and then your hair everywhere. I know. My hair, I know. I shed a lot.
The amount of hair that comes off a girl's head. And
I know. And then you find it like in your butt crack.
Yeah. In the food. Yeah, I'm like, how the hell did this get here?
Oh, yeah. Mine was in my eggs this morning. I mean, it was. And then so was Luna's.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I swallowed Luna's hair.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
But living with you has been very entertaining. It's not boring at all.
No, it's not.
No.
I'm naked all the time.
But also, since
you're in I forget that we have huge windows, and I'm pretty sure that our neighbors have a show. Like, they see us naked all the time.
She runs out naked out of the shower.
I know,
not
it's so
knowing,
bad.
Not remembering that the windows are there and people can look in. And my dad is staying with us for a couple of weeks, and he went to the window with you, and he was like, oh, look, come look at the neighbors. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they're doing.
His dad is Greek, and he has a Greek accent, so he's like, Stevie, look at the neighbors. Yeah. That's terrible. That's definitely not a Greek. I don't know what kind of accent that is, but it's not Greek. Yeah. But yeah, me and him like to watch the neighbors. Sorry if that's weird, but like we like at the night, like I like
voyeurs.
No, but it's like entertaining. We're like, ooh, what are they eating? What do they got there? We're not like creepy, that creepy.
No, it doesn't sound creepy at all.
No. But yeah, so he's leaving to go back to Greece on Sunday.
Yep.
You sad about that?
I am.
Yeah.
I do. I drove him to the airport. He was supposed to leave last week, and I drove him to the airport. And when I dropped him off, I was bawling uncontrollably.
I know. I'm sorry.
I had a feeling that he was going to call me.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him this, but I had a feeling that he was going to call me. I was on my way home. Like 15 minutes in, he calls me. Stevie, turn around. You got to pick me up. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, what happened now? He's like, they're not letting me on the plane. My passport expires in 3 months. So
I know.
Footnote, if you're going to travel abroad internationally, make sure that your passport is
more than 3 months.
More than 3 months, because they're not going to let you fly.
More than 3 months expired. No,
it's not going to expire within 3 months.
Oh, make sure that your passport is not going to expire within 3 months.
Correct.
That's crazy.
Yep. So I had to go pick him up. And
then he had to get a new passport, and now he's finally leaving on Sunday. So he's been with us for a while now. But he's been great because he walks the dog. Love him.
Yeah, I wish he could stay.
I know, me too.
But he has a house over there, you know.
I know. I mean, listen.
He wants siestas. What did he tell you?
I know. Yeah. So he goes to me the other day. He's like, I can't wait to go home. I'm like, why? He's like, You guys don't have siestas here.
I agree. This is something
and I'm
we should
like,
incorporate.
thank you. Why does America not have siestas?
Yep.
Can we have them?
We can't even have lunch breaks anymore.
Listen, I need a siesta.
You have
I need
to work
lunch
during
breaks.
your lunch break.
Yeah,
now.
I need all of that. Please. Can someone please petition?
Yeah.
Please for that.
We just want to sleep at 1
Mr.
o'clock
President,
to 2.
we need siesta. I mean, siestas.
Fiestas? Siesta and a fiesta.
Yes, I want both. I want siestas and fiestas at work. So we're going to get into some of the questions from the followers. Okay. So a fan wrote out, if you had to get rid of one outfit in my closet, what would it be?
Oh, I got a drink for this one.
Okay.
Thank you for Flexworks for providing the alcohol content.
Yes.
Okay.
Flexworks the best.
So you had a viral video that got a lot of engagement, and I think it was the MooMoo one.
Yes.
Okay, can I tell us backstory on this? Am I
Yes,
allowed
you
to do
can.
that?
But is that
That's the one.
That's the one thing you would get rid of, the MooMoo? I still wear that. I love that thing.
You haven't worn it in a little while.
I haven't because your dad's here, and I feel like it's kind of weird to wear in front of your dad because I like don't wear underwear underneath it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why not? Why didn't you wear it?
Well, because I like to just let it breathe.
Okay. So for the first, I would say 6 months of our situationship when we were dating and just hanging out, you always wanted to sleep over.
Yes. I was like, what is wrong with this guy? There's something wrong with, I thought there was something wrong down there because like, this guy will not let me sleep over. It's been 8 months. Like something's going on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Continue.
I don't know. I just liked sleeping by myself. It had nothing to do with you. I just felt like, you know what?
Rude. That's so rude.
Looking back now, it was kind of rude.
Yeah, it's rude. Because I would stay there so late. Stay there till like 12 and I'd be like, all right, I gotta go home. And I would like, my contacts would be like stuck to my eyeballs. And I'm like, can't I just sleep here? And you're like, no, you need to leave. I'm like, there's something wrong with him. And so like, I would leave at like 12, 1.
You did live 5 minutes away.
Yeah, I did.
But if you were.
But it was a hassle.
If you were an hour or more, you could have stayed. But anyway, I digress. We're moving on to the MooMoo. So the first night you actually slept over the house, you came out in the MooMoo. And you had a retainer.
Yeah.
In
you guys, listen, if you wear retainers, your teeth shift if you don't wear them at night. So I wear mine every night. And yes, I wore them to a guy I was talking to. Brought them. Had to.
The first night.
Yes.
I didn't know you actually use a retainer as well.
Oh, well, now you do.
Yeah. And it was the first night that you slept over. And you came out of the bathroom and you're like, okay. What'd you say?
Is that how I talk?
Yeah, no. You're like, with your retainer, and what are we watching or something like that?
Like with a list?
With your list, I'm like,
yeah.
Looking back now, and I was like, what did I say? I said,
you were like, can't you wear anything sexier?
It wasn't like that. I said those words, but not in that tone.
You were like, I thought I was dating this like Instagram model. I'm like, I'm not an Instagram model. I do family content creation.
It was in a joking way, and
and that video went viral.
That video
it got like 45 million views.
You're welcome.
So thank you. Yeah, I owe it all to you.
For critiquing the MooMoo.
Exactly.
Why do they call it MooMoo, by the way?
I have no idea. It's actually like MUU. So it's not like the cow thing. I don't know why they call it that though. But
that's the one thing that I would take out, burn.
Okay. Anything else?
Never see again.
You don't like my platform Uggs?
The platform Uggs.
You hate them?
Uggs, are they still in?
Yes.
I thought they went out in like 2003.
No, they're still in. I love Uggs. They're so comfortable.
I think you're the only one. Your mom don't like them either. It doesn't like them either.
My whole family hates them, but I love them and I don't care. I'm going to wear them. Okay, so do men and women have different responsibilities in a relationship or should it be equal?
Well, this is a deep one.
It is.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Do men and women have different responsibilities in a relationship or should it be equal?
Oh, man. This is one to digest. Depending on like responsibilities, what does somebody mean by that? You mean like house chores and cooking and cleaning? Mm-hmm. I think it should be equal, right?
Wow,
as far as like, all right, if you cook, then I'll do the dishes.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's nice.
Or if I cook, you could do the dishes, right? We have a cleaning lady, so she comes.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do that. So we don't have to worry about that one.
So I don't think it should be equal. I think like if it's a man's job, like, do you remember that TikTok I was showing you the other day? It was like, we have blue jobs and pink jobs are obviously.
I'm going to be upfront about it. I
didn't
watch it. So, sometimes when you have friends that send you 100 things and like.
Yeah, and you didn't watch it.
I had to go back to it.
All right, it's okay. Tell me, well, basically she was like, me and my husband have pink jobs and blue jobs. Like, and a blue job is obviously the man's, a pink job is obviously the girl's.
Okay.
And so she's like, so a blue job is taking the trash out.
Right.
Where a pink job is, cooking for the kids maybe, or something like that.
Yep.
And I don't think it needs to be equal all the time, but it almost like if you had a rough day, I'll cook tonight.
I agree.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't have to be a strict schedule where you're like, all right, I cook today, you have to clean.
Yeah.
You have to understand what the person was going through that day, how they're feeling.
Exactly.
If they're sick, whatever the case may be. Right. But you can't just have one person do every single thing all the time, right? You have to pick up.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like if your significant other is not feeling well, cook for them and then clean for them.
Exactly.
Right. So that.
Exactly. Right. Like this morning, I cooked because I was like, oh, you did a lot this week. Like you.
Yeah, you made me breakfast.
Yeah, I made you breakfast, but I did it because you were cleaning a lot this week and I was like barely home because I had to go and do like campaigns and stuff. And I felt bad. I was like, let me cook for him because he's been like doing the wash. Yeah. You've been like Mr. Mom.
Yeah, so in that case.
Right. So then, I agree with that. Okay, so this is a fan question. Do you still talk to any of your exes? I just spit all over. Let me say that again.
All right.
Do you still talk to any of your exes?
That's a great question. Oh, man.
You can be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. So because
I won't get mad.
Unlike you, I have never had a relationship where somebody cheated on me that I know of. We always left on okay terms where we just spent time together and we realized, okay, maybe it's not working out or whatever the case may be, right? And we always still want the best for each other. So no, I don't text my exes or anything like that, but I do want the best for them. And if somebody reached out to me, I wouldn't have like why the hell are you reaching out to me?
You would
type
not
of situation
answer.
Because they weren't rude to me. They weren't nasty to me. We always had, there was always respect between each other. So I wouldn't be.
Right. And I get that.
Yeah, no.
Even though like, okay, it's funny because whenever I'm out with you, we've run into my exes like 2 or 3 times, but I have always had a bad breakup with most of them. And so, no, I don't talk to any of my exes, but like, I mean, it depends. Like if like somebody I've dated were to reach out to me, like, I'll text them back. How you doing? Hope all's well. Right. But it's like very platonic, like not,
Yeah, platonic. Yeah.
Right.
I think
that's the word, right?
The older you get, the more mature, hopefully you get.
Right.
And you just want the best for anybody that you spend time with.
Even though they made my life a living hell and I hated them for what they did at the time, I still wish them the best. I want them to be happy.
But I think you learn something from every relationship.
Oh, of course.
And so, I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Good.
Okay, so now this is
not uncomfortable at all.
Well, just wait. We have some really good ones.
And excuse my laugh is kind of obnoxious too.
I know. I love your laugh. That's one of my favorite things about you. Okay. Okay. Is it okay? I want to know this. Is it okay to keep some secrets from your partner?
Yeah. Again, it depends, right? Like, small things that I would rather not know, probably.
Yeah.
That's okay. What kind of secrets?
No, I'm just asking.
Small ones? Yeah, that's fine. I don't think you need to tell your significant other every single...
I think I tell you a lot. Like sometimes maybe I'm like, he doesn't need to know that. Like, Cause you sometimes there's things that like my mom says like, oh, I don't tell dad everything. You don't need to tell him everything.
No, I agree with that.
But it's not like I'm going around doing something shady. You get what I'm saying? Then,
that's
if it's
different.
shady, that's something different. You shouldn't. First of all, you shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. Okay, this is a fan question. How big of a rock would you buy?
So that's a great question, right?
It's a great fan.
I would say that I would take your input, right? You would tell me, we would go together and you would say, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. We would go over
Can we try it on?
What are the 3 C's? What are the clarity, cut?
Well, you would know because you have actually shopped.
Let's not go there. Clarity, cut, and do you know the last one?
Clarity, cut. Oh my God, what is it?
My brain is fogging.
Hold on, we might have to Google it. Clarity, cut. Come on, you should know this. Cut, color, clarity, and carrot.
Right. So I would go with you to a jeweler. Yeah. And obviously we have to have a budget and depending on like what we're going to be spending. Right. And then from there you decide, okay, well, I want the best of each per the budget that we're looking for, right? If size is important to you and other things aren't important to you, then you get a higher.
Yeah, you have to discuss.
Yeah, you have to decide.
I have to see what it looks like.
Well, how about I turn it on to you and say, okay, well, what is the smallest diamond you would take?
Ooh, that's a good question. Look, I've waited a long time. Okay. I know people say, oh, I don't care about the ring. I don't care about the ring. No, you care about the ring sometimes. Like that, you're going to be wearing it for the rest of your life. But also like, hopefully. I want you to pick it out. Like I'll tell you the shape, whatever I want, we go, whatever. But then I kind of want you to like,
of course,
do your little spin on it. Yeah. Like I'll tell you what you want. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? I want it to be special.
I need to work within guidelines.
And I don't think you would get me something that I would be unhappy with. So like,
that's not the question.
Okay.
What is the smallest that you would accept?
That I would accept?
Yeah.
The smallest? No, like you said,
carat?
like I mean, I don't. I'm trying to think of what to say. No, I want something.
Yeah.
That represents like our relationship. Like we would go pick it out together.
Would you enough with the BS?
No, I don't.
What is the minimum that you would accept? One carat?
I would not like a 1 carat.
One,
yeah, don't give me one.
Okay, so there you go. It's not 1.
Anything bigger than 1.
Anything
we're good.
bigger than a 1. Okay, good.
Yeah, I didn't wait all this time. I'm 35, so 1 carat.
Okay.
I can give myself 1 carat. Okay?
Okay. That is true.
It is true.
Yeah.
Even bigger than 1 too.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Is it selfish to prioritize your career over your family?
Listen, I grew up in a family where, it was middle class. My dad worked very hard. Mm-hmm. He worked at a restaurant as a manager his whole life. Right. My mom worked for herself. She was a massage therapist her whole life. And there were some times as far as like financial struggle, as far as paying bills and stuff like that, but we were always able to provide, or they were always able to provide a great life for my family. And, but one thing that I did come away with that, I never wanted to have to financially struggle. Right. So we always try to take my dad's work ethic and by him working on his feet nonstop from 8 to 5, on his feet, nonstop. If you're in the restaurant business, you understand that type of grind that it puts on your body, right? Mm-hmm. So I never wanted for it to be when I was growing up, I always wanted to be financially stable and
not have to worry.
So when you're dealing with a career and you're dealing with a family, if you're not doing well in your career, your family could also take a hit as well, right? If you're struggling financially, not being able to provide for your family, that could also have an effect on marriages.
Oh, yeah. Well, kids, isn't that the number one thing for divorce? Like financial problems?
Financial problems.
Yeah.
Cheating on your girl with a nurse.
Yeah,
and that could be
that's a big red flag.
Right? That's another one.
Yeah.
But where I was getting that is that I understand that you need to work hard in order to make a living, especially nowadays how expensive things are.
Oh my God.
But I think a balance is very important, right? You can't overlook your family and you can't overlook your work, right? So you need to have a balanced approach in regards to that in your career and your family.
No,
right?
I agree. Like the balance approach.
If one suffers, the other is going to suffer as
for
well,
sure.
right? And so balance is key, right? And I know it's a very cliche type of answer, but balance is 100% key.
Yeah. I have some finance questions for you. Are you ready for them? Okay. What's the biggest financial mistake you see people our age making?
Right. So I guess the reason why I have, I can actually talk on this topic is because we can go back into, I've been in the investment business since 2009. So right after the financial crisis, right? So I do have some background, obviously a lot of background, and that's my world.
Yeah, you're getting old.
Finance.
Yeah, just cut to the chase.
I just want to preface that, right? But the number one financial mistake that I see people our age make.
I need to know this too.
Yeah. People don't have patience as far as their investments go.
Like when you're in a stock?
When you're dealing with crypto, a lot of people our age now, they're in cryptocurrency. They want to get rich quick. They're dealing with a lot of risky investments as far as money that can be quickly go to zero at any time because cryptocurrency is a very volatile type of asset.
Okay.
I would say take the long approach, right? It's not a get rich quick type of situation, right? Invest for the long term. Find good companies that you probably know every single day that you use, right? Right, so we know Apple, right?
Like
we
Amazon.
Apple, Amazon, Meta or Facebook, right? So these are household names that you use, right? But my point is that don't expect to get rich quick off investments, right? If you're expecting to get rich quick off investments, and it's probably not going to work out well for you. Maybe you'll see one or two stories on Instagram or Twitter or in social media that somebody got rich off a meme coin, right? 99% of those fail, right? So don't invest more than you're willing to lose, right? So don't bet the whole house on a meme coin.
Oh, God.
Because somebody on the internet said that this meme coin is going to do well, right?
Who do you go to like for resources? Like,
CNBC, but I wouldn't take their word as Bible or anything like that or scripture, right? So, but I would, Yahoo Finances has good news. Investors Business Daily has good news. The Wall Street Journal, right?
And you recently created like a newsletter, right?
I do have a blog or a Substack where I just talk about as far as like investments, broader market news and just what's going on in the economy at the time.
Well, we'll definitely put that link below if anyone wants to check it out.
Yeah. I have a newsletter that comes out daily and then on a Sunday, we just talk about the week. But it's basically just a recap about the markets, what's going on on a daily basis and the economy and stuff like that.
Right.
But again, don't invest more than you can lose and don't expect to get rich quick because it is a long-term game. There is a very cliche type of saying in finance. It's more about your time in the markets instead of trying to time the markets, right? The stock market or crypto market. So take your time, invest over the long term and you'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that kind of like ties into the finance advice you would give your child.
No.
No, different?
Yeah, it would be different.
All right, so then hold on. A fan asked, what's some finance advice you would give to your child?
Right. So in my career, I have had the privilege of working with a lot of high value or high earners and multimillionaires. And some of them that you would not think they're worth the amount of money, $50 million, $100 million.
Like what's an account? Like how much money are you like working with?
Oh, I don't want to go into specifics, but I can tell
Why?
you.
Come on.
Well, I can tell you.
Go into
No, I can't.
Why?
Just because the premise of my job, I really can't talk about.
Okay.
But I've worked with clients that have upwards of $50 to $100 million, right?
Okay.
And they are the most, I would say, humble and non-assuming people that you would meet, that you would think that they are wealthy or rich or anything like that. And they all love what they do, right? So, but the first thing that
is that like the biggest thing? They all love what they do?
They all love what they do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Even though they're worth $50 to $100 million, they would not quit tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta, that's another.
I like that. That's.
Right, so that's big advice that I would give to my child or somebody's child is, first of all, find what you love what you do, right? That you're passionate about, that you can wake up every single day knowing that you want to be the best in that industry, whatever it might be, right?
I love that advice.
Yeah.
I like that.
And don't try to keep up with the Joneses, right? Again, back to the non-assuming, like these people are just in Wrangler jeans.
Yeah.
Right? Like
no, I know. My uncle was a multimillionaire and he
truck,
wore Old Navy jeans that were like scraped, beat up with paint on them with a Mickey Mouse shirt every day, like a cartoon character.
And I can say that these people are the most cost-conscious people that you ever come across.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They count every single nickel and dime. And you sit back and you wonder, like, how the hell did they get that wealthy? Yeah. But when you look back at their personality and how they grow and how money doesn't really mean anything to them. It's more about what their career is and being the best in their field. And the money comes along after the fact, right? So that's what I would tell even my younger self. Like, just put your head down, work hard, find something that you love, save, invest over the long term. Don't buy things that you, just because somebody else, that you think that you're going to impress somebody that doesn't really give a shit about you at all, right? You're going to impress them. That's not.
I feel like you bought something that you were trying to impress. Okay, so tell me about it.
I mean, not trying to impress somebody, but once I started making good money, I didn't come from money, right? So I didn't. When I started making my own good money, right, I started to maybe spend a little bit more than I should have, or buy some expensive car that maybe I shouldn't have. But once that enjoyment or that initial high, I would say, goes away. Like if I'm driving, for instance, I had a Range Rover, right? Like if I was driving that.
Oh, I know. I remember.
Right. So I
remember the Range.
So after a while, that kind of goes away, that excitement.
Yeah.
Right. Especially when you're dealing with monthly payments.
I know, but I was upset when you got rid of it.
I know. It was a nice car.
It is nice.
It's a nice car.
Well, we had to because Luna destroyed. Luna destroyed. Luna's the German Shepherd, 2-year-old, and she destroyed it.
She would have if I would have kept it. Yeah.
Now your Jeep is destroyed.
Yeah, now the Jeep has hair everywhere.
It does.
But I wouldn't trade her in for anything.
I know, she's the best.
Yeah, so just don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Don't spend more than you can. Invest. Love what you do. And sometimes, luck plays a big part in success as well. So, it's about who you also, I would say, meet a lot of.
Yeah, I was just going to say, networking with people and meeting people that are doing stuff that you want to be doing and learning from them is really good too.
Yeah, I agree. And just be a good person, in your career. I think that's very important, to be a good person, because you never know when you're going to run into that person again, right? Your boss now, you could be their boss in the future. Oh yeah, never burn any bridges. So don't burn any bridges or anything like that. Yeah, I totally agree with that. So, yeah. So I do have, because this, I don't know why this just popped in my head. Because we're basically done with the questions, but this just popped in my head. You said that when you were dating a girl, you had and you didn't have much money then. You bought her a Louis. Oh God. Shit. Wait, so hold on. I know, and mind you, I haven't gotten a Louis from him yet, but that's okay. I don't need one. I could buy myself. No, but that's what I was saying. You bought something unnecessary to try to impress the girl, or try to. That was me. I was young. Yeah, and you just wanted to. I'm a giver. I like to give gifts to people. I don't really like to accept gifts. I think you can vouch for that, because I don't want any. I know you never want any gifts. What is that? Gifts. I like more experiences. I love that. Right? I love giving gifts too, though.
But I mean, I love gifts. Gifts are my love language.
I'd rather take an experience.
I'll take any gift.
I'd rather an experience over any physical object at all. Yeah. Right. But yeah, there was a time when this ex of mine, she wanted a Louis bag, and like I just felt like I wasn't man enough if I didn't get her the bag.
Is that how you felt?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Like 19, 20.
Oh my God, that's young. And she asked for a Louis?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, man, I should have asked my exes for Louis. I'm pissed. Yeah. Could have got something out of it.
Yeah, well.
And you gave it to her.
Well, after your ex cheated on you with the nurse, I would have definitely asked for a Louis. Take it and then
I
not
should
talk to him again.
Venmo request him. Be like, give me $2,000, I'm buying a Louis.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but speaking, okay, so Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Valentine's Day because we're in a relationship. Some people don't celebrate it. Some people do. What's your take on it? Because all of my exes have always said, it's a Hallmark holiday. We're not celebrating it. And I mean. Go ahead.
Kind of is like a holiday that's there.
So a Hallmark holiday?
I guess I can agree to an extent. My point is that you shouldn't just show that type of care for somebody on one day a year, right?
Right, all right. Here's the cliche.
No, I know it's very cliche, but yeah, I mean, it's true. I don't think, but I think I have fun with it.
Right.
You know?
No, you did. Yeah. And I'm not saying he didn't do anything because he drew me a bath. He put little petals in the bath. It was really nice. Then he cooked me dinner and we had wine and we stayed home. Yep. But I'm saying like that was very sweet. My thing is like, I don't like when guys don't do anything. No, you have to acknowledge it.
If you want to be in a relationship, then you have to do it. Yeah. Unless it's not important to the girl, right?
Well, go ahead.
I don't know any girl that it's not important to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, have you ever met a girl that's like, oh, don't give me anything for Valentine's Day? Yeah. And even if they do say that, they don't mean it.
Yeah, if they say that, you better bring home flowers.
Yeah, there better be flowers at our doorstep.
Yep, that's right. Because we know as guys, like, you say things, girls, sometimes that you don't mean, or I don't know if it's
all the time. Well, half the time we don't even know what we want.
Why do you do that? That's true. Is that the reason?
I mean, yeah. Have you ever seen What Women Want? Or what is it? What Men Want? Or
What Women Want?
What Women Want? Have you ever seen that movie?
Is that what Mel
Is that the movie?
What Women Want? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that
no?
Mel?
And that like one of the girls, one of the actresses was like, we don't even know what we want.
Even know.
No, it's just especially if we say we're fine, we're not fine.
Yeah.
Never.
But how many times should we ask? If you say you're not fine, and we keep saying, we know you're not fine. You fine? No, I'm fine.
Just leave us alone. Leave us alone. Then it will eventually.
But what if we leave you alone and you're like, why is he leaving me alone? You should know I'm not fine.
I mean, that's totally a woman thing, and I'm not saying that's not. We do that. We just want you to know. We want you to read our minds. Yeah. But like,
if a guy isn't fine, you'll know he's not fine. We'll tell you, babe, I'm not fine today.
Yeah, you do express that.
Yeah.
I don't, though.
I'm not happy.
I'll hold it in, which isn't good because then all of a sudden I'll just bottle it up and it'll come out and I'll like scream at you or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
All right. Go into the concept of Paradise, I guess you want to. I know people haven't seen the show yet. If you haven't seen Paradise, I would definitely highly recommend you watch Paradise
on Hulu is a very good show.
Sterling K. Brown.
Oh my God. Everyone in the show is really
Martin.
good.
Is that his name?
I'm not sure, but they're really good at acting. And no, it's the whole show is like mind blowing. The last 2 episodes will blow your mind.
Okay. The premise of the show, let me just break it down real quick if I can. The premise of the show is that if the world was ending, right? There was going to be an end of the world type of event. What they did is they built in Colorado an underground new world, I would say, right?
Yeah, in like this dome.
Right. It looks like any American community back in, I would say, the 20s.
But more like high tech.
60s. I would say 60s, 50s, right? But it feels that way. Like more, everything is clean.
It's like cookie cutter, like really pristine houses.
Yeah. Right. My question to you, if you knew the end of the world was coming.
Right.
And you had everybody that listens to you knows how close you are with your mom and your dad and your family. One of the reasons why, I really love you, right? Like, you're very family oriented. Oh, and, but if the president came to you and said, Amanda,
right,
I can only save you. You have to come to this underground bunker in Colorado.
Absolutely
Would you go?
not. Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
I'd die with my family. Nope.
Okay. What if your family wasn't there? They already, you survived or whatever. Or maybe, what if the case is that you didn't have a family and like you were the only one? Would you even still want to go live in an underground bunker?
No. I think I would want to die with the rest of the world.
Yeah, I agree.
Because then it got weird down there. Well, I don't want to give away. I don't want to be a spoiler alert, but
yeah,
you got to watch it. It's really good.
I would definitely want to go with the end of the world.
Yeah. I don't want to be. Well,
I mean, what am I going to do? I'm going to go down underground and have to work again?
No, because then there's no cell phone. There's no TikTok. What are we going to do without TikTok? I go crazy.
You don't think they have Wi-Fi down there?
No. It's this big dome. You don't remember? You don't remember they took their cell phones?
I mean, not
I know,
for you.
that is true.
Not for you.
So, okay, wait. How long do you think you can be without your phone? Like how many hours?
Like today?
No, I'm just saying like if I were to take your phone, do you think you could last 2 hours, 3 hours without your phone? Like how long would you be able to last without being like, oh my God, I need my phone?
I would say like 3 hours.
3, yeah.
Because that's how long, like, the longest movie is. About 3 hours.
That's how long Titanic is. So that's it. That's it. I agree.
Yeah.
No, it would be bad. It would be bad.
And then I would check.
Because
like,
I'm
what do
so
people think
addicted
about this
to
movie?
it.
What do people think about this
yeah,
movie?
it's so bad. But you know what? It's not our fault. They designed these devices to make them addictive. And we are all addicted.
If you think about
addicted to them. All, like even my dad.
Yeah.
My dad's really bad because now we finally got him an iPhone. He used to have a flip phone his entire life. I mean, not his entire life. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he every time he comes home, he's just swiping on TikTok. And my mom wants to kill him. It's really bad. He's worse than me. And then he'll go to me. He'll be like, Amanda, my phone tells me, how much I've been on it. And it's really bad. I'm like, yeah, I know. You're really bad at it. Like
if we both looked at our phones right now, who do you think has a higher screen time?
I'm always on.
Do you want to do it?
Well, yeah, let's look.
Let's do it. All right. And whoever has higher has to cook dinner for the person that time.
All right. Well, no, that's not fair. I'm always on my phone.
Okay, screen time.
Where do you look? Where do you see it?
What do you mean settings? Screen time.
Okay. Okay, what's yours?
8 hours and 32 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah. I mean, that's still high, don't you think?
Wait, what is yours?
8 hours, 32 minutes.
Wow. Mine's 8 hours, 51 minutes.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. And you're an
I'm not lying. I know. And I'm editing. I'm always on my phone. But you're on your phone a lot too with X. You love X.
Twitter gets me.
Twitter, aka X.
I don't call it X.
You don't?
No, Twitter.
It's X now though. We have to be correct.
But again, it might be nice to go down and reset and not have to deal with your phone anymore. But again, I'm not going down there. I've had to continue.
I think you are more addictive than you think you are. I think you're on it just as much as I am.
I'll go down there if they have a siesta. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Listen, we have to bring back siestas to America, please.
Bring back? I don't think we ever had them.
Yeah, I don't think we did either.
No.
All right, we're coming to a close. So how do you feel? How did you like being on this podcast?
Again, I never thought in a million years that I would, first of all, date an influencer.
Yeah.
Right, number one. Because I don't have TikTok, right? So I didn't know who you were or anything like that. I just met you in town, right? Like, but I never thought in a million years that I would ever be on a podcast.
Yeah,
also,
I know.
right?
So you never thought you'd do this ever?
No, I would never. No, I never thought, like, never. That would ever cross my mind that I would be like, all right, you're going to be on a podcast today. And I think if you ask any of my friends, they're going to watch this thing. Like,
I can't wait.
They're going to say, is that Steve? What?
I can't wait to blast this all over everywhere. Get ready.
They're going to say, is that Steve? What the hell is he doing now? You know, but anything to support you.
Oh,
and,
thanks.
Had a great time. Hopefully, I can come back one day if you have me.
Yeah, well, it's up to the producer. But thanks for coming on.
Of course. Yeah.
I had fun.
I'll see you at home.
Yes, I'll see you at home. Right, and thank you. And thank you guys for watching and listening. I really appreciate you. Please follow us and subscribe. And I will see you guys next episode. Love you. Bye. Mwah.